Okay, now we are going into the real stuff. When you awake in your dream, what a stupid sentence, but yes, when you find yourself awake in a dream, when you do all things that we speak, strengthening it, making it with more clearance, when you have action plan, you are still a part of a scenery that you previously get into it. Mostly it will be around your apartment. Sometimes apartment from your childhood, or maybe the hotel from last year vacation. Something which is impressed in your mind, but mostly something which is very familiar to you. And scenery which is constructed very, very hard to destroy in that dream. You must leave the dream to go to awakeness, so you can return again, so you can start to sleep or to dream another scenery, another, how to say, geographical shape of your dream. Now, no matter how tricky you are, you can fly away from your house, to run away. You don't have much time, so you can skip a scenery which a mind is giving you. So it will limit your behavior in a dream. If you are supposedly in America, you have your bed and apartment in New York, there is no time for you to go to Tibet or to Moscow, because you need to go to the airport, you need to go, and the dream, it's lasting a few minutes in the beginning. Later it will be a half an hour, and I will show you the way that you can be in a dream a couple of days, with sensation of a couple of days, which is remarkable. Imagine you are going to daily nap for 20 minutes and the alarm clock wakes you, showing you that 20 minutes is past, but you have a 2 days of action plan. Totally mindfuck. But that will be in another story. Unfortunately, I already need to have this in Serbian presentation, but with English I need more time for a break, and you know I'm speaking much more easier with slower time, so we will have it. I'm not forgetting. Don't worry. So for me, the most important ability you need to develop in a dream, it's the ability for teleportation. Exactly in this ability lies the whole mechanism of everything that we talked about earlier. Expectation, movement, non-logical, unrational way of movement. Now, everything will be much easier in practice when I show you. So let us suppose that you want to go to the moon. Very nice action plan. And it is a part of humankind dream to visit a moon. And it is wonderful, ambient. But how you can do it? Because either by flying, but there is so much time to fly to the moon. You will lose, even if you reach the moon, you will not have a time to explore, because, you know, time, it's very relative in a dream. And you will lose more time in flying than exploring the moon. So you need ability and art so you can instantly move from one location to another. But there is a danger, because when you move from a location, you need to cut all connections to your mind about where you are, so you can be somewhere else. When you change coordination, you must reset everything. Like your hands, which are very close on your surface, when you put them on the air, your dream will start to collapse. So you need to do something similar, but very wise, to be in the part of a dream, but to change the dream scenery. There is a couple of ways that you can do this, and I will share all tricks which you can use. Please use them all. It is best for your mind not to adapting to only one thing. Your mind will always get, after some time, auto-immunization, like from the medicine. You need to change your medicine so you'll be healthy. Your mind will start to get used, and success from one techniques, when you repeat, will lead to total failure. Something which is working, when you repeat it, will not work anymore. This is the law of lucid dreaming and astral projections, which you need to accept, not to understand, just to accept. There is reason why it is, and you can explore in your lucid dream more about your own subconsciousness, but I will not tell you, because if I tell you now, you will accept it as a part of truth, which will be later in lucid dreaming a fact, and I don't want to spin that idea inside of your mind. So, first and most important, your dream needs to be very clear, very strong, before you took teleportation method. Very, very strong. How you do it? By touching yourself all over your body, by touching your obstacles, watching every little details, pretending that you are detectives wanting to find some hidden clue. This kind of behavior should be half a minute, and it will be enough, so the glow of your vision will be much stronger, and you will felt yourself in a dream much more stable. The sensation and feeling is undoubtful. You will know it. As soon as you reach that state, you need to practice teleportation method. But before that, you need to write on your action plan where you want to go. Without it, most of all teleportation simply will not work. The main fuel for that engine is your writing in this reality, so it can engraved and put inside of your reactive mind, so remembering about it will be the beginning of success. Without it, you will turn on the engine, but you will not have spiritual fuel for teleportation. I don't say it is impossible, but just listen to me and take care about this for some times. You can change it, but don't waste very precious time in your beginnings when you are doing all this. Let me say that we want to go to the moon. Before any techniques, you need to say loud where you want to go. And you will see that your voice, it's quite different than in this reality. Even if you record your voice on your phone, try to listen to it, and you will see how strange it is. Totally different than from the feeling that you have now, like while you are talking, And when you see yourself and hear yourself from the video, you will say, oh fuck, that is not my voice. This is exactly like in lucid dream, because you don't have a voice at all. You have just voice strings, which in this air, in this pressure, in these surroundings have vibration in one frequency. But in dream, there is no air, there is no strings, there is no throat which can be vibrated. In dream, there is only one material, and that is your brain, who is vibrating and pretending that there is vibration. But in fact, there is no vibration, because there is only one and the same thing in all your experience, which we will talk later, especially when we talk about enlightenment in this state. So when you say, I want to go to moon, you will felt tremendous feel of happening in a dream, change in atmosphere, like in horror movies. When somebody wants to go to the door and the music starts to increase, you are expecting for the criminal to appear or demon, and you are sensing, you know, the tinglings in your skin and the fear, and you sense the change of the atmosphere. This is exactly what you will felt, but not in horror way, please. You are not going on the graveyard, you are going to the moon. And you must be very fast, because this reaction will last a few seconds until the dream will return to its core behavior. As soon as you say when you want to go, you need to start with techniques. One of the best techniques is spinning around your axis. You put your hands and start to spin around your axis very, very fast. You will see the scenery start to change very drastically, much more faster than in your physical body, and you will felt kind of dizziness. Your visual field will start to fall apart, just like you're returning to the body. And until you almost feel that everything will broke, you need to stop with the spinning. And your mind will be so stunned that the last thing your reactive mind from all this happening, because your mind will be like, you know, like young animal, don't know what you're doing. He's not know the reaction, what he needs to give you. You said to him something in foreign languages and he don't know what is this command. But he remembered only one thing. He remembered your will to teleport, which you said few seconds earlier. And when you stop, he will give you exactly what you expected. And you will have a moon before you. You will change instantly location from one place to another scenery. When you change a scenery, as soon as you change, you will get instantly clearness, like you wash your head with the cold water, like you did all touching, trying to bring more clarity. So teleportation, it's one of the best way of making more clear way. When you start dream collapsing, sometimes the best way to bring more clarity is to escape from that dream scenery to another, and your mind will be stunned, giving you full clarity and full recharge battery, although it will not be fully recharged, but it will give you impression. Everything should be done in maybe 10 to 15 seconds, not more. Don't overdo it, because it will be like watching the fingers so too much that your dream will collapse and you will return. You need not to return. You need just to have blurring visions, and when you have it, you just stop and you see where you are. The other method, which need using flying for a short time. Especially, it's very useful for beginners. It is when you say, I want to fly to the moon. You go up in the air, only a few meters, looking the point exactly above your head. Now, when you reach a few meters, you are not going up. You start to fall, but not looking and putting your head down. You are watching upright position, letting your mind construct the whole scenery while not looking. Because your mind now knows that you are falling, and in one way you will reach a ground. And he will use that time for attention, because he's scared that you can hurt yourself. And you will use that iconic fear that you will fall, but you should never put your head down because you will ruin everything. You should continue to walk and to fall down, and naturally you will felt, oh my God, but when I will hit the ground. And you will use that fear so your mind can construct everything that you previously said that you want to visit, the moon. And when you touch the ground, only then you put your eyes on the horizon and you will see completely new scenery. There is another way, for me the best way of teleportation, and that is teleportation using the doors. Teleportation using the doors, it's one of the best mechanism of showing you exactly what I said, the mechanism of your dreaming. Let me tell you how you can do it. Mostly in all surroundings, because you are in apartment of your dream, in your dreaming house, and each house has a door. Door is specific and very important object in your dream. Why? Because you don't know what it is behind the door. You have expectation, but you are not seeing what is behind it. So we can use this expectation without knowing for sure who is or what is behind the door. When you want to teleport, go to any door which is near to you. Step before the door and say where you want to go. Let me say, I want to visit a moon. Now, if you open the door rationally, which your mind get used to it, you will open the door of your balcony and you will see your balcony. Because your mind knows that before you is scenery which you know that it is. There is no way that you can escape on a moon, because your mind expecting something which you already know that it is. But if you turn your head against the door, and when you open the door with your head on your back, without looking to them, now you are looking before you, and the door expecting is behind you. You are not looking to them. So your reactive mind cannot have both realities, reality in front of you and reality behind you. So reality before you will be primary. You will see corridor. You will see everything what you already, it's before you. Your door will be against you, and you will touch, I don't know the name of, I don't know, on Serbian it's kvaka. When you open the door, you know the mechanism. You are touching it, but you are not seeing it. It becomes secondary. So your ego will start to construct reality before you. but your ego, it's not enough strength to construct the reality behind you. This is doing by your reactive mind. And you said that you want to go to the moon. You are opening the door without watching what is behind you. And you are stepping in it without turning your back, going backwards. Now, when you step the bridge of your door, now your door will go in the front of you, but still you are not turning your head, seeing what it is behind the door. Now you are in the room which is behind the door. Now it will be in front of you. You are closing the door, making your mind certain that you cross the border. But still you are not watching what is behind it, because you are not letting your mind destroy what you want to go. He still wants you to be prisoner or the old dream. This is in front of you, without any doubt. And you don't want to interfere with the opponent which is stronger. But from old control, he refuses to take care what is behind your back. And when you close your door, and when you turn, you will turn so fast that it will not have time to construct different reality than those who are you giving before you go. And that is that you want to go to the moon. You will return and you will see moon scenery in front of you. The main thing that you need to have when you are going to do this is expectation, not fascination. When you approaching the door, you never need to say, now I will go and see the moon finally. You will never have nothing in your dream. You need to play as you are stupid as fuck. You need to go and see, this is very wonderful doll. Let me see what it is on the behind. I saw my friend telling me, hello, Dusan, I just want to check him to say hello. You are pretending for your dream that you are not awake. You are pretending that you are playing the game that your mind is giving you through the dream all your life. When your mind giving you the food in your dream, you will automatically start to eat, becoming the trap of your soul, doing exactly what your mind wanted to do. This is exactly the same. Because if mind saw you that you are seeing the door as escape, he will block that door and you will open it and you will see a brick wall without corridor. But you must trick him. You must say, oh, very nice door. Let me just check what it is behind. Like play, like children. Be very excited about this door. Play as it is a dream scenery which from your mind, not the scenery you want to go. Your mind need to fall in that game, to believe you that you are not going anywhere, but to stay inside of a scenery that he built already for you, everything for you. You are escaping the cage, pretending that you are going outside and the guards of the prison ask you, hey, where you are going? And you say, oh, I just want to see these flowers to make them happy, or I just want to drink a little bit water. So they say, okay, but return, and you will escape. I just want you to speak about the behavior that you need to have. You don't need to be fascinated. When you are fascinated, the dream alarm will be shut on and it will destroy the mechanism of your escape. But if you have expectation without desire, let me just check what it is. This is the kind of movement which you need to have not only in a lucid dream, in a life. When you meet a man from your dream, wishing that he will be your white prince, you will meet a reality when you will find out that it is the worst man possible for you. But if you don't expect anything, when you go out for a dinner without expecting to have a marriage, just to enjoy in this little dinner without anything else, then this is the strategy you need for your life. You can never lose anything from it, because the dinner mostly he will pay. So whatever you need and whatever you got, you will have the best. You cannot lose anything if you don't invest anything. You need to be, how to say, like child, giving him a toy so he can play, but not fascination. You must be intrigued with that door you are passing. Let me just check what it is. Not to say, finally the door, now I can use it for my teleportation. No. Totally different strategy. I hope you understand the difference between the mood when you are fascinating and when you are just expecting something without any active wish, desire, which will destroy the dream completely. Passing through the door, turning the head, it's the main strategy which should be avoided, remember, when you are calling the elevator. Now, calling the elevator in a dream, it's quite unusual circumstance because you can fly, you can teleport. But sometimes when you are in the building, you don't need to teleport yourself just to go to the downstairs or go to the top of the big building. You will call the elevator. Never, ever go to the elevator in your dream. This is the trick which, in my case, and in the case of some of my friends, divert me of trying the lucid dreaming for some months. Let me tell you what can happen. You are awake in your dream. You are on the top of your building. Let me say that you build on your big building in New York, which have dozens of hundreds of floors, and you live in the upper floor. Now you wake up in your dream, you remember Dushan, and say, Dushan told me that I need to remember my action plan, and action plan was go outside of the building. Now, you don't want to jump over the window, you will use an elevator. You will call an elevator. Usually, you will wait. You are doing exactly what you should not. You are waiting with expecting something to happen. While you are waiting, you are starting to wake yourself, because nobody is waiting elevator with the movement. You will be very calm. And naturally, you know that there is some time that elevator can have it for coming to your floor. You will be more and more awake. When the door of the elevator opened, you go to them, elevators closed. What you are doing now? You are pressing the floor button and you felt down push. Down push will lower your frequency of your mind. Like in trance, when you are imagining that you are falling down, you are going deeper into the trance, meaning that the time will be slower and slower. But when you are surrounded by the elevator, you are not aware what is around the elevator, because most of elevators don't have windows. And your reactive mind will start to construct reality and scenery finally which need for him to stop you from lucid dreaming. Like an enemy building an army while you are not looking. You are pushing downstairs. You are giving more time and energy to your reactive mind, so it can construct finally the dream from you cannot escape. When finally you are reaching the bottom, when door opened, you are feel fresh to go outside of the building so you can prepare the other action plan point, but as soon as the door opened, you will find yourself in a living hell, in a scenery which is exactly like in sleep paralysis. Fear, very wrong sensations, very tense sensations, and there is no way you will escape, because you reach a trance by going down, going down, going down. You are in non-REM state phase because of the mind frequency. So it will not be able to escape. It will be so real, like you are rubbing your hands wanting to go to the worst graveyard possible. Believe me, your mind will use it against you. So horrible experience, which will last, and you will have sensation it's last for hours, because you slow time by going there. It will be so real that even if you are watching and pretending, wanting to fall apart your dream scenery by looking and fixating, it will be nothing. And it will be so real that you can even feel pain in this kind of scenery. You will be like in sleep paralysis, but with 3D visual surroundings. And usually you will see the fear is the surname of sleep paralysis. It is the best friend of that state. And now you are trapped and you are going into the scenery of your wildest nightmares finally come true. Your mind, from all your lucid dreaming attempt, tricking your mind, making him fools before itself, now your mind will return the favor. Much more horrific and distressful. Don't take elevators, especially going down, until you have a much more experience. Okay? Calling on the phones. Do you remember last time in your dream that you speak with the phone? Very strange. How it is? The object which is most crucial in our life, telephones, which is engraving the memory of you, because most of time you're spending with the phones. How is that you never dream that you make phone calls? Very strange. There is a much more hard story why it is not possible, but the same thing as with elevators. I was in one lucid dream when I appeared in an apartment of my grandmother and grandfather on the sea, on Montenegro. And I spent my childhood there. And usually when I got from the lucid dream, I begin my scenery either in my old apartment, for childhood apartment, or from the apartment in Herceg-Novi, which is the name of a town on the sea. Very nice apartment with very nice view to the sea and everything, which not, of course, make impression for me. This is why I have experienced the lucid dreaming from that apartment and scenery. Now, I teleport myself in it, and in that time I didn't knew what action plan I have, and I start to think, what should I do? The most disastrous mistake that you could have. Thinking, what should I do? By thinking about it, my reactive mind starts to wheel monstrous plan to attack me. Because I'm thinking, what should I do? Because it is not thinking. I'm not thinking about anything. Because if I thinking, I would make up some action plan. I divert my attention thinking about nothing. And my mind starts to react, seeing the perfect chance of predator attacking the I don't know the English word, when predator attacked the little cub. And he put me experience which destroy completely my lucid experience. I heard a telephone ringing in the corridor of my apartment. Now, you may ask, but what is so special? Everything is so special. When telephone ringing, especially the old ones, because we have ID on mobile phones, but most of you who are older remember that we have telephones without knowing who is ringing us. And I have that phone in my old apartment. And when I heard ringing bell, I start to wonder who it is. I invest expectation, but not on something which I wanted to have, but something which I don't know what it is. And when I pick the telephone, the cable, I ask the sentence which is passport to hell. Who it is. Meaning I didn't know who it is. I put attention from touching and visual toward audio, which is connected with my core, fears and everything, exactly like in lucid dream. And I hear like some seconds passing, I hear the most horrific voice in my whole life. It was a monster, an entity that I had as a child, which I thought it passed as I grow up. But no, my mind invoked it again, using the perfect moment when my attention was on the hearing, because I don't have a proof who it is. Maybe he is calling me from another part of the world, or maybe he's calling me from another room. And I lose time, not in the building the scenery and making the clarity. I lose time giving the energy for my reactive mind, because I was expecting anything. I was asking my mind who it is, and my mind say, I am here finally to fuck you and to show you how I will damage you. In that time, when I find out that I make a mistake, I put the telephone down, but I saw this whole scenery, like contra-teleportation, was changed in a way my reactive mind wanted. I was in a giant corridor, black room, full of little coffins, because the coffin was in the time of my childhood something which I fear the most. With the music of organs plays, it is very hard for me to show the kind of fear which I felt under, because I just say hello who it is. Instead of moving, always have the action to be, to me, to be control man, the CEO manager of my dream. I put my reactive mind trick me so it can be control man of my lucid dream, which is far more scarier, because I was in lucid and I have control of what I can do, but there is a scenery which I teleported myself, which reactive mind teleport me. I didn't have control of it because I put attention of what I'm hearing, not what I'm seeing. The same mistake that you can have while driving the elevator and going down. The same mistake. So, don't use elevator, don't ask, and don't use telephones, especially when they are ringing. This is your mind putting attention to something so it can divert from your action plan, so you can have expectation who is it on the other side. The other side, it's usually the wrong side, the dark side. You don't want, in the beginning, you certainly don't want to meet that side of yours. We will have time for it, because once you learn how to be strong in a dream, meeting this fear, this shadow of yours, which construct all fears in your life, it's something which is most wonderful happening, most wonderful invocations of your life that you could ever have. But not now. Not now. We have time for it. Just to see what you are writing for games. One game that you plan to heavily touch. Yes. Teleportation, it's a wonderful method of changing your location very fast, and you always need to do it when enough clarity of dream is reached. If you're doing without strengthening the dream, nothing will happen, or you will return to your body. From all this haziness and body movement, you will return to your body. There is a wonderful method of teleportation that I maybe invent, I don't know, 15 years ago. There is a magic, I call that pocket magic in a lucid dream. In your dream, you will have two pockets, right and the left. Mostly in my pockets, I don't have anything, because usually I kept everything in my bag. But you have all time pants in your lucid dreaming, because most of your lives you have pants. So next time, when you grab your hand in your right pocket, you will have a pill, and you are remembering my words. So next time, I am building now a spin on your mind. So next time you will have a pill. You can choose blue pill or red pill. When you took a blue pill and when you swallow it, you will instantly have magic to teleport yourself whenever you need to go. If you want to have perfect clarity without rubbing your hands like a shortcut, you will take a red pill and it will give you power of instantly increasing clarity. The left side of your pocket, the left pocket, you will find a postcard. You will have a postcard from a destination you want to visit. So, if you want to visit Hawaii, you will search your left pocket, and in that moment you will start to what you are doing, expecting. You have idea for postcard, and the moment your hand is start to touching your pants, instantly your mind is constructed exactly what you have, what you need, postcard. You took the postcard, and in that postcard it's photography of your location, Hawaii. What you are doing? You put the postcard like in Mary Poppins cartoon movie. I don't know if you saw it, but you put postcards before you and jump inside you like a teleport. And you can jump in a new reality. A couple of seconds. You don't need to clarity, to fuck off, nothing. You just draw your hand. You have action plan to go somewhere. Just throw postcards in the floor and you will instantly go in another realm. The same can be used with the tarot card. The tarot cards exactly are this: windows to another part, not the part of the universe, but part of your mind. So if you need to experience what is inside the tarot card, remember to find that tarot card in your left pocket or any pocket that you want. Find it, grab it, throw it on the ground and just dive it. And you will go directly inside of that realm, having experience which you need to see. You will meet certain types of entity, the guides, angels, demons, peoples from that area. It will be wonderful, different kind of a dream. Very strong, but very special, because you believe that it will be, right? Any other way of teleportation, it can be done with these few that I speak. There are a couple of others, but for beginning and next few years, it will do much harm than benefit. So learn this, and after a while, when you get accustomed, we can talk about some other things you can use. Time travel. Wonderful. You need, exactly like in teleportation, you need to speak the year and place you want to visit. You go to the door and draw on the door the number of year you want to time travel. Then use the door in the backward manner, in the same mechanism like in teleportation. For time traveling, for me, it is best to use flying upwards, like for teleport, expecting to fall down and reach the year you want to explore. You will be amazed how much the scenery will change. You will be in the same place, but in different year. And your mind will start to project what you believe it will be there. The language, the people, and everything. It will be totally different kind of lucid dream. Because you're not changing the time nor space. You are changing the way of your behavior. Time traveling, it's not time. It's a consciousness traveling. It is changing the way of your being is get accustomed. It is a mind trick, so you can reach a much deeper level of ordinary dream than in teleportation. Sometimes when you want to teleport yourself to the New York, it will be one kind of experience. If you teleport yourself only one day before today in the same place, although it is the same place, the same New York, only one day before, it will totally have different lucid dream laws, and you must experience it in which way they are different. I don't want to talk about it because I will interfere with it and your mind will take my words as a granted. I don't want to do that. Experiment in that way. In fact, all time traveling, it's teleportation, but in a different action plan. In teleportation, you expecting different space coordination, but in time traveling, you are expecting different time corridor, which will give you a quite bit of different experience. You must try it. It is like trying in the best restaurant, trying to two different kind of dishes. The both dishes as exactly the wonderful, but you need to try them both so you can see how wonderful and what suits you most. Sometimes people like to get all across the universe, but there are people who don't like to travel across the universe. They like to travel between the universe through the time corridor to visit yourself in the past life. Meet yourself with the action plan. Say, I want to meet myself and to talk myself in the past life. Or try much better thing. Try to meet yourself in the future. So it can tell you how your life should be. Ask yourself what you need to take care. That conversation could be very, very valuable, like a supreme way of psychology, psychotherapy. Talk with yourself. Talk with the dead ones, not now, but when you have a much more experience. Talk with the dead one of you dying in the future. How your death will be. Experience that. It could be much, much troubling time, but it could be a liberating, knowing what kind of death you are expecting, because you are not traveling real in a time. You should not believe that. You are traveling of something which your mind is preparing for you to have, expecting. See what that expectation is, so you can understand yourself better. So if you have an aggressive death, that means that there is a part of your being who is aggressive toward others, but you are not seeing it, right? I'm just improvising now, trying to make your lucid dreaming interesting for your spiritual journey, so you can find something more about yourself. Instead of the whole universe outside of you, there is still one place you need to look much more closely, and that is your selfhood. For about other things, we have regressions and time travelings, exploring the past lives. That could be interesting, but I'm just now sorting the best possible way, because now most of you are sleeping or dreaming. Tarot, elemental kingdoms, shadow, the personal temple, yes. I will close this talking with flying, because it is short chapter. Flying, it is a dream that we never accomplished. Even if we are flying with the plane, with the flying suit, with the paraglider, with everything, machinery that have, we still didn't fulfill the most wonderful dream from the dawn of the mankind, which is dreaming about flying. Now, when you fly, you lose connection to your surface, and your mind will think that you want to return to the body. So either you will start to fly fast, or to use some other tricks so you can stay in the air without collapsing the dream. One of the best way is rubbing your hand while you are flying. Like Superman, but try to rub them. You will have sensation of tactile movement, no matter how much you will be out of a surface. The second, which I developed recently, it's imagining that you are having your finger on the palm like joystick, and you are putting a pressure in your palm with your hands, imagining that you are moving and flying like controlling from the joystick, and your body will fly through the air while you are playing a video game a little with joystick, navigating the position of your flying body with the finger, touching up, down, left, right. When you want to get up, you bring your head up. When you go to get down, and you can understand what I'm speaking. This is all about exploring the universe of the lucid dream and using the tricks which, believe me, can, without this, for me, I lose half of my life experiencing what to do and what not to do. I'm trying just to spare half of your life, not doing my mistake, because I didn't have any books, in fact, real kind of books when I could read all that. I lose much of time believing in something which were purely my projections. So when I speak, it sounds much more easier than it was in me. Now it is easier, but I waste amount of money simply more to experience what lucid dreaming it's not than what it is. Next time we are talking about meeting the beings, entities, which will help you tremendously, investigating the past lives as long as the future, and very, very special chapter which I discovered totally coincidentally. This is the part of a lucid dream which is so hidden and reserved for totally different kind of teleportation, where you can use really miracles and play with the universe like it is a toy. What and in which way you will use it, that depends on you, but there is no limit in that kind of dream, because it is not a part of a dream. It is a part of a universe who is dreaming about itself through you, and we will talk about it later. That is my favorite part of the webinar, and we will need a lot more time. So for now, that's it for today's week. We speak about 4 hours. Do you have any questions and anything that you want to add to take care of it? To any critic, I don't know, speak or shut up eternally.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I think I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
So first thing, just let me check my notes. Okay.
Please, can I stop seconds just to record this part as a fourth part?
Okay.
Sorry for those who are not present.
No problem.